She has already absorbed one baby before, so that makes me, you know, very anxious to see if this one made it to heartbeat check.
I've seen very little of her uterus. Oh my gosh, just when I let my guard down.
Oh no. Happy.
Wait.
That's it. It's no longer breeding season here at Running Springs, but we still have to do some heartbeat checks. So 4 of the mares we are checking today, which are the last 4 due for me next year, we have since preg checked them. And at one point they were checked in foal, but that was all before that baby could have had a heartbeat. It was around day 16 to 19. Now all of them are over day 27. They're varying in gestation, but we want to make sure after we have preg checked that they are viable with a heartbeat. And at that point, it's a lot more likely that they're going to be sustainable throughout the rest of the pregnancy. So let's start with Maggie, who is carrying an embryo for my mare Kennedy, vs the First Lady, and the sire is machine made, making this foal that she's hopefully still carrying a full sibling to Kirby. Oh, Maggie. Be still. Be done quicker. Is that it?
Yeah.
There's that little baby.
Heartbeat.
Look at that in there. So the heartbeat's going to be flickering in the middle of that white blob. I can see it plain as day. Sometimes I can't see it, but I can see that one. Okay, so she has a caslick. A couple of our mares this year have caslicks, which is where they sew the vulva so that fecal matter and things can't get into the vulva and then cause infection and whatnot, which can cause loss of pregnancy. So he has to pop a couple sutures out from where he put that in last time. Phoebe is hopefully still carrying her Kennedy, which is vs the First Lady, RL Best of Sudden embryo, which is a full sibling to my stallion Denver. First things first, RL Best of Sudden also recently passed away. He was, I believe, 22 years old, and so we actually just got 3 more embryos. I did ICSI 2 RL Best of Sudden like 2 days before he passed away because they had frozen semen on him, obviously, and so I was able to get 3 embryos from him before that, and so I'm very grateful for that and very grateful to hopefully have this baby still on board, so let's cross our fingers. So she has already absorbed one baby before, so that makes me, you know, very anxious to see if this one made it to heartbeat check. I'm really hoping it did.
I've seen very little of her uterus. She's got manure coming down.
Is that it?
Yeah.
There it is. Got to make sure there's a little flickering in there though. Oh.
There it is.
There's that flickering. There's that baby. Denver's little brother or sister. Next up is Annie. So Annie was born and raised here. We love her so much, Hot Pistol Annie. She did not get to go through her show career quite like we had hoped, and so because she had EPM as a 3-year-old horse, we got it under control. Her blood levels are now like great looking. She's on medication that keeps them great. So she's had 2 successful pregnancies with 2 beautiful colts. So we decided to breed her to my young stallion first things first. So we already have 1 Denver baby on the way. Charlotte is carrying that one, but let's see if we have another one with Annie. There it is.
All about it.
Annie did good. There's that little baby. Denver baby. And last is Happy. Happy is hopefully still carrying her own baby. Happy and Annie carrying their own babies. They're not recips. This year, Happy was a recip for Marilyn Monroe, so the absolute unit of a filly that's in there is not biologically hers. But we decided that we wanted to breed Happy this year to my stallion Denver, so this will hopefully it's still cooking, be my 3rd first things first baby of the year.
Oh my gosh, just when trying to let my guard down.
Oh no, Happy.
How the last one had to do it to me. Wait.
That's it.
Such an idiot.
Okay, there it is. Just kidding. Oh my gosh, why'd you do that to me? Why?
I did it to myself.
We were all like mourning. Look, there it is.
It's
Hold on.
amazing how that big thing can hide.
There it is. Oh my gosh, I was scared.
How did it hide from me?
Okay, so Happy is having her own baby. That was a little scary for a second, not gonna lie. But that means 8 babies for next year. And now you might be like, who's the 8th one? If you've followed on other platforms and whatnot, I've talked quite a bit about a mare that I purchased an embryo from. And so that was all done in Texas. So because that mare is still showing, it was just a lot easier for them to flush her and put it right into a recip mare in Texas. So that mare is now over 60 days pregnant. I actually just got her insured today so that it could be hauled safely here and we wouldn't have as much risk. So that mare will be coming to Running Springs soon, but let's go through all the due dates, who's bred to who, who's carrying for who, in order for 2026 foaling season. I gotta pull up my due dates here. We got 8 coming in 2026. So first up is Raven. Raven is a recip mare, so she is carrying for a mare that I do not own. So the mare's name is Only Blue Couture. Only Blue Couture is a world champion, Congress champion, producer. She is fantastic. And so she is bred to VS Code Red. And she is due January 20th. So your safe date will be New Year's. I need you to go past that, okay? We don't need no January 1st scares, okay? You're the only one that could do that to us. Okay, Indy is having her own baby. Indy is my only thoroughbred mare that we use as a brood mare. So she has had 2 babies for us. They are classified as appendix since she is a thoroughbred mare and we breed her to quarter horse stallions. Her due date is February 7th and she is bred to VS Code Red. So Indy and VS Code Red. Now, out of all of my mares, she is one of them that always goes to her due date. She does not really foal early, so we could pretty much count on Raven, unless Raven goes way overdue, and then Indy. Now, Charlotte, this is really cool. Charlotte, it's like our year anniversary. There's a whole video about Charlotte coming home last year where I rescued her from a kill pen. We spent a year working on getting her weight so good, working on her socialization, working on just like her as a horse as a whole. And so now she is going to be a recip mare and get to be a mama for a living and just hang out. So she is our 3rd mare due. She is due February 12th. This will be her first baby ever. And she is bred with a Cattails Are Blazing and First Things First embryo. So Trudy, Cattails Are Blazing, is one of my mares here. And then First Things First, this will be my first Denver baby ever. I'm so excited. That's my young stallion. So this is gonna be a very special baby and a very special recip mare, and I'm really excited for it. Now the 4th mare is March 12th. So we have a whole month of no one being due. So Waffle House is a mare that I purchased an embryo from. Waffle House. She's still a show horse. She's a world champion. She's a Congress champion. She's fantastic. So Waffle House is being bred to VS Code Red, my stallion. I think it's gonna be fantastic. This is the first year that Waffles is having foals. Kristen Gallion, who I purchased VS Code Red from, owns her. She is having a VS Code Red foal as well. So it's gonna be really, really exciting. So that mare, who is not here yet, is due March 12th. And then we're into the mares that we checked today. So Phoebe is a recip mare. She is going to be due April 8th. So she is carrying a baby for Kennedy, VS the First Lady, and RL Best of Seddon, who is an amazing sire who is just recently deceased. And this makes it a full sibling to Denver. Now, due April 10th, you saw Maggie earlier. She's like ignoring us because she got checked. So Maggie is going to be due 2 days after Phoebe, April 10th, and she is carrying for Kennedy, VS the First Lady, and Machine Made. Machine Made is a fantastic stallion. I have had a foal of his every year now for 3 years, and so that is a full sibling to Kirby from this past year. So April 10th for Maggie. Now, the last 2 are actually due on the same day. So they're both due April 11th, but I have foaled both of these mares out And even though they have the same due date, I think Annie's gonna end up being the last. Annie tends to foal on her due date or like right before her due date, whereas Happy, the last 2 times has foaled a couple weeks early. So Annie is carrying for herself and her baby daddy is first things first. Last but not least is Happy. Happy, again, they have the same due date of April 11th. She was due around that time this year and had it around April 3rd, I think. So she could have hers a little bit earlier than Annie if she goes by what she usually does, and she is bred to first things first as well. So we are having 3 first things first babies this year. We are having 3 BS Code Red babies this year, an RL Best of Sudden, a machine made, and that's it. It's gonna be a fun year. So those are all the mares that are due in 2026. We are hoping that all of those babies arrive safe and sound, just as our babies this year did. Let me know which baby you are most excited for, and stay tuned for more updates.